Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I was wondering where this I guess it turned out to be it was an interview that the girls did on Crump TV's channel. So shout out to Crump TV. He did an interview with them and he basically let them have the floor the majority of the time. And they spoke about, what we should be doing in society as women and blah, 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 blah. All that nonsense. So this is a commentary live, and I will be commentating on my thoughts of what they were saying. And again, credits go out to Crump TV. There will be at the top of the description on my main channel because I'm running the live on my main channel and also on SL Davis Social Media News, which is my second channel. At the top of the description box of that video will be the link to subscribe to Crumb TV, CRUMB TV. So go over and support the brother. He was very much so a gentleman, and he let them talk. So we're going to listen to what they had to say, and I'll be back with my commentary.
6.5IX_.
I'm Goddess FR33. You can find me on Instagram at 6.EFURU.
And I am Goddess 𝗪𝗛. You can find me at 6.3YE. It's 6I. And not to mention, you can also find our husband on Instagram as well at 3𝗪𝗪𝗪13
Facebook at 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 and also on YouTube at the3God TV.
Well, yes, they still live in the house. There is a for rent sign. I think what they're doing is they're trying to buy time, and once you refuse to leave when you are evicted from a property, usually it's a process to get into court and for the judge to order them when they have to leave the premises. But when you refuse to leave and you were being evicted, you don't have to pay rent. So they're stacking change, even if it's a month that they didn't have to pay rent, they're stacking their change so that they can do the move. I'm quite sure they have it in mind where they're going to move, but they have not yet moved there. They're still at that house where Natureboy was arrested at. And hey, Fuzzy Snapdragon, what's up, sis? Hey, La Princess.
We believe what makes us, different or stand out from, the common, woman is that we believe that we need our man. A lot of women today have the mindset that they have to be independent. They have to have their own job, their own car, but we believe that, a true goddess, she is a goddess because she is up under a God. She sees the black man as God. She understands that, the black man is God. He's the ruler.
Without me getting really graphic, because we got to keep this PG on the sake of the platform we're on. So respectfully, I'm going to say it as respectfully as I can. FR33 needs to take several seats because, for number one, Natureboy is not a god. And put it in the chat if you remember when he had recorded him and FR33 in the closet. He said he caught her not, and this was on Twitter, he caught her not doing, I guess, what she was supposed to be doing in the closet, I guess fixing it up. And he had did it to her from the back. Now, a lot of the women over in Carbonation are not Natureboy's favorite because they don't do it from the back, only the front. Malia is one of the chosen ones, like Velvet was before Velvet left, because she did it from both ways. FR33 had to be filmed and humiliated. She was not enjoying it. You could tell she was trying to take it like a champ while he did that to her because she wasn't in the closet doing her chores. He caught her slacking. And to me, that's very disturbing that you would do that to somebody. To me, violate somebody. Because even though Efru didn't say no, the women, some of the women over there, he tells all the business. So we know at this point the routine about it. Some of them don't want to or don't do it that way. Malia will do it both ways. So that's why she's basically the favorite at this particular time. So it's just really unfortunate that she's up here calling him a god, because a god wouldn't violate and hurt you like that. She looked like she was in excruciating pain from him doing that to her. And the only reason why he did that to her is because he knew it was going to make her uncomfortable. And he knew that would be a form of punishing her without hitting her. And it's really sad, but they're brainwashed, and it's going to take time for them to heal, and we don't know when that's going to be. But it is what it is.
Of this planet, he has the mind of God. He holds.
Make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come in. Thank you. Welcome to everyone who has joined the live. This is a live commentary discussion chat.
Divine information. And a woman is always taking in a man's mind. So, when you align yourself, we believe when you align yourself with a man, under righteousness and divinity, you become goddess.
Yes, of course. And we definitely are here to make an example of how women should be, how they should be in support of their man and not be a part of the destruction or a part of the system that is holding them down. We want to represent to women that this is how you should treat the man. This is how.
Sheba left a few weeks ago with Jaumi. I'll say Ja, because I might probably tear that boy's name up. Couple of weeks ago, no more than 2 weeks ago, she left, but she's still pushing 3. She's still on her social media platform, and she's still putting up the downloads. And I think she did 2 downloads so far since being gone, and she hasn't even been gone a month. So she still is a part of Carbonation, but I think that they gave an ultimatum, CPS, that you leave or we're going to take your child. So she snapped out of the brainwash and took her behind home to her family. So Sheba's gone.
You should be there for him, because without him, we are nothing at all. We cannot be anything without him, and that is what the society has done. The society has reversed the roles in order to put the woman on top and the man on bottom, but we must in ourselves see that as
exactly
something that the system has designed in order to keep the black man down. And so we're here taking a stand saying, no, that is not how it is supposed to go. And we are here in full support of our husband. Yes,
that's a 3.
And we're definitely nothing without our husband. We're our husband's other half. What can we be without our counterpart? What can we be without our husband? Nothing. Because when the system falls and when white supremacy falls, who will we have to lean on? What man do we have to protect us and keep us safe and have a government over us when the system falls? We have our black men. We have Babaji, 3 God, our husband, to be there for us. And we will represent ourselves more as Eastern women more than Western women, because we have a mindset that's totally different from the regular mindset of where we came from. We actually came from, we are American women. And I know that it's weird to see that, oh wow, these American women are in a polygamous dynamic and they're actually holding their man down and taking care of the business and taking care of the home.
Yeah, you're holding him down and he's not holding you down, because you're being held down by what? Getting rainbow clothes, or by you having to fill an application out for food stamps and give him your food stamp card. He buys food with your food stamp money, and he feeds you and he got you thinking that he's feeding you with your food stamp card, but in return, you got to rub his feet and suck his toes and kiss his feet and let's keep it PG. You got to do everything and anything under the sun that this man wants you to do. If he wants you to bark like a dog, kneel on your knees, put your head on the floor so he can put his club foot on your head, Malia. You're doing everything for your man, but what is he doing for you besides degrading you on social media? You're a walking contradiction, because it's really sad that you are really repping somebody that now is the time for you to sit with yourself, make a decision. The decision should be that this was always toxic from the beginning. God, the real God, put this situation in my life so I could have a chance to get out of this situation. You're not doing anything about it. And what? Zoka being put in a corner, and Ephru, what happened to her in that closet when he did it to her from the back, and Aya, who he tells on a regular basis he has no attraction to it and only keeps her around for her cooking. Aya doesn't want to go back because she doesn't want to go back to that street walk, street life of walking them streets and having to sell herself. I get it. But you still can be doing a lot more with your life.
And still riding for him and still down for him and still there for him, still his four wives. And we will say, because we have a strong foundation on morals and principles and ethics and doing the right thing, righteously, upright and just. We stand on morals and principles because our husband stands on morals and principles. We stand on morals and principles. We want to do the right thing because we chose to go against the grain and go against white supremacy and go against what everyone else is saying and talking about. We say no, we don't want to do that. We want to do something different. We want to bring change to the world and bring change to the Black woman's mind and humanity. And we're examples of women that is here to say we are not independent. We are not here to try to be and do things on our own. We're not here to work hard labor. We're not here to work a 9 to 5 and think that we are our own man. And
the ones that stay behind are the ones that he really worked the brainwash on. And those are True, and I'll say the 5 Musketeers, because Sheba only left because she had to take Ja away from that environment, or they were going to take Ja away. She had no other choice. If she could have stayed there with Ja, she would still be there. So let's say for the time being, the 4 Musketeers, Natureboy really did a number on them, because they are the 4 women remaining over in carbonation while he's in jail, and 1 man, True. So it's 5 of them holding him down, and I think that out of all 12 of them, I think altogether it was 12 of them, he was able to, the work of damaging these people for a lifetime, and it's going to be it's also going to be a generation of destruction because of what Natureboy did to them. Their kids, that's going to be a generational curse. Natureboy put a generational curse on these people, and they're going to go into their real life when this is all over, or even if they stay with Natureboy when he does get out, and their kids are going to think that this is how life is because of what they see their mothers doing. So he really did a number on these 5, True and Zoka, Malia, Aya, and Ephru. And this is why they still are over there, because they're stuck in the matrix.
Our own boss and our own husband. No, we in every way making sure he has whatever he needs. We're gonna be that, and we're gonna do that, and we're showing you examples to be loyal to your man and stay down and stay riding. You know.
Right now, our husband, 3 God, he's locked up in the DeKalb County Jail, and most of the employees there are women,
are Black women.
Most of them, the judges, all of the correctional officers, they are Black women, and it just shows a representation of the relationships that we have with each other. Because now we're treating each other like animals. The women are there like a
working as batteries,
working as a
system.
battery to keep their foot on.
Now, this is what kills me. Malia, please. You're talking about somebody working like a battery. You guys, when Nature Boy was out, had chores every single day. There was somebody in the kitchen washing dishes, cleaning and vacuuming the rugs, mopping the floors. They had to bathe Nature Boy on a daily basis, lotion his body, picking his ears and in his nose, and wherever he had dead skin on his face or around inside of his hair. They had a every single day do his hair like he was a girl. Who gets their hair braided that time? I mean, every single day like that. And you wonder why the front of his hair is running away from him. Because he's always had people in different hands in his head. That's why he can't keep no hair on his head. Because it's falling out for all them FR33 hands all in his head. So come on when you say robot. Because you're a servant to this man. You guys are not his wife. You're his servant. You are in his reality that he has created, and he has made it a reality. You're in his life and don't even have your own, because you are the robots.
On the black man, make sure that the system has them locked up in a cage as they wanted them to. And the black man is sitting there trying to connect with the black woman, but the black woman doesn't see him as her husband, her man, her father, her son, her brother. She doesn't see him like that. She has actually had to cut her emotions off in order to fuel and power that system. And that is not the right way to live, because when you disconnect yourself from your emotions, you are disconnecting yourself from everything that is.
Yes. That's taken away from your mother aspects.
Right.
The roles are reversed and is literally depleted. As a masculine black man, you do not see them anymore, and you see an overpopulation of masculine black women. And we come from masculine black women. All of our mothers are independent, and we saw that growing up, and it was like, we have to do something different from that. And seeing that the system of white supremacy and the mind that black women have is the white man, and that is powering our destruction as a people, our unity. Our homes have been separated. Our community have been separated. We have no unity. The women don't even agree and connect with one another, and cannot even do songs with each other, or like have a friendship bond, or even a relationship bond. And so, and the men are all.
As y'all come in here, make sure y'all hit the like button. There's over 117 people in the chat. Please hit the like button. Also, the people in the live chat, either on my main channel or my first channel, make sure you hit the like or the dislike button, because the likes look like they're on a diet. I'm not really understanding why. Thank you, Mizzy Jelly. Thank you for joining and being supportive.
Locked up that are divine, that are alphas, and we have our husband in there right now that shows you're a truth speaker. The reality of the situation is that everyone's going to not like that, because you're taking them out of their comfort zone. We speak truth and we speak facts, and when you have women under divine morals and principles and laws that keep them aligned and united with each other, that's what shows. This is what is reflected. When you have something else that is subjective, and women thinking that they have a house on their own, they can get a car on their own, they can get money from the government without having the man in the home, that promotes separation in the family. That promotes us not being able to listen to our man, because we can just call 911 and they show us who is the true man and who we truly respect. Because as you said, we give most of the women give most of their energy and their hearts to their job, because that's what pays the bill. But if we lived in a natural society in which we three God Eligio, the Christ, promotes is to get back into the natural roles of ourselves, the natural roles of a tribe, and living in tune with nature. And when you live in tune with nature, you start to see that you depend on one another, not a dollar bill.
I think that she has a means, because of this system is standing in, it's providing for her. She's able to go to her job. She's able to have her own car and have her own business, and in what way she thinks that she has, is because this system is running in up. But if this system wasn't here, who would you have to depend on? Where would you get your funds? Where would you get your food? Where would you get your shelter? What would you get? Who would you connect with? Who would you lean on? Who would you call upon? The only person that you will have means to go to is your black man, but you've cut all connections with your black man because you've held the position of a strong black woman that don't need a man, that don't need to answer to a man, that don't need to answer to her husband. But the thing is, you're up under a man. You're working for a man. You are in a system of a man. You are going to their job. You pay back. You give your taxes. You give your money. You give your EIN number, your business that you think you have, your car that you think you have, your house that you think you have, your children, what they go to daycare. You give your money back to the system. All of the things that you think that you have separate from the system and that you think you have independent of the system is actually the ownership of the system. And wait, where did the system get all of its funds, its money, its buildings? Where did it get it from? It got it from nature. They're going against nature. They're going against the very thing that they are. They're becoming a cancer cell on this planet that has built buildings, that has created a tumor and a cancer and a virus upon this planet that's destroying all of the natural resources that this planet provides for us because we think we have a will or an outside source outside of the system because it's a system that's here. But they built a system that was already on top. That they built a system here that was made around a system that was already here, that was already governed and governed by laws and principles of nature, morals, codes. It was already a system here. And and the white supremacy system created a system around that to kill, steal, and destroy and gain power.
So what Natureboy was doing wasn't kill, stealing, and destroying everyone that was over there, because if he was this great guy and he did right by everybody that was under his control, his disciples, there would be all 12 of you there. It would not be 5 of you. All the men left. There was 6 men and 6 women. No, there was 6 men and 5 women, something like that. Anyways, make a long story short, all the men left except True. And Sheba only left because she had to leave because of the well-being of her child. She was being threatened to have her child taken away. That's respectfully understandable. Everyone else left because they didn't know how to tell Natureboy that they wanted to leave. And Lord knows if they just, like a man or a woman said, I want to go, they could have got jumped. Somebody could have got hurt in the process of that. And they may not have made it out of there. You never know what could happen when you try to jump somebody because some knucklehead named Natureboy demands for you all to beat somebody up. We see it happen all the time. He threatens Malia on a regular basis that he's going to do something to her if she doesn't behave. And he gets her crying and begging not to be beat up by the other girls because they're already ready to go upside Malia's head because they were there before Malia and they don't understand why she's the queen. So let's make this all make sense.
They're not worried about you. They don't care about you. They only care about you giving your time, your energy, and your effort to that system to drain you and deplete you of your melanin and of your consciousness and of your awareness and of who you are. They're depleting you. They don't care about you. They're not here for you. They're here to destroy the black family. They're here for the destruction of the black family. Because once the black man wake up, and once the black man wake up and get back into morals and principles and get back in tune with righteousness and its higher self, then it will wake its black women up. And that's what they fear. So they break the family up. They put the black man in prison and they take the woman and they make her think that she have her own means, have her own job, and have her own mind. You don't have your own mind, black woman. You have a mind of a man. And even if you think you in that system, you have the mind of the white man, of white supremacy. He is your husband. He is who you are living up under. He is who you have to go to and ask for money, or ask to do something, or ask to get your means, ask for anything. That's who you go to. But when this system falls, who do you turn to? Who do you go to? Are you
Not
even
Nature
ready?
Boy.
Do you have a sustainable village ready? Do you have your own resources? Do you have your own tents? Do you have your own solar panels? Do you have your own village ready for when this system falls? Do you have a family?
Their village is not ready either, because if all of this that they're saying, the system falling and all this off the wall nonsense, do you think that these people would really be able to plant and live off the land? No. They're like 20% living in nature. And they're not living in nature, living in Atlanta, Georgia. They're in the house all day. There's nothing about them that is nature or spiritual. There's nothing that spews that they're ready for when the world is coming to an end, that they can live off the land and all this and live off grid. Come on. Why didn't you go to Atlanta, Georgia and live off grid? There's always somewhere in every state, in any continent or country, where you can live in the country or off grid, like say in different parts of the world, and live off the land, not go to the markets. You guys weren't doing any of that. And you certainly wasn't doing that before he went to jail just recently. So how can you tell us what to do and you're not what you're speaking practicing yourself?
Do you have a tribe ready for when this system falls? Do you have a group of sister wives? Are you building a nation? Are you ready for this? Because we are sitting in this very moment, not
Right,
aware
exactly.
of what's really going on, because we're too distracted about the everyday life that we're doing. We're worrying about bills. We're worrying about girls. Just things that aren't in tune with time, nature, the father. What's really going on? What we really need to be talking about is the black destruction of the black family. Why is that the woman think that she has her own mind? Why is it the woman think she's independent? Why is the woman think she don't need to answer to her black man? Why is it that she's taking her children away from the man and running to the system and bringing lies and false allegations to the system on her black man? Why is it that she have the means to do that? Who told her she can do that? Who told her she have her own mind? Who told her she don't have to listen to her black man? Who told her these things? Where did she get these ideas from? Where did she get these ideologies from? Where did she get these ways of thinking from? Who told you this? Who told you these false lies? And that's the problem of today, is our black woman. She is not ruled by a man that's in tune with Allah, and it's in tune with righteousness, and that's in tune with divine morals and principles.
Oh boy.
Three God, my husband, has literally gave us the blueprint, the understanding. This whole reality, this whole universe has broken down to the smallest molecule. If you go to the 33 God on YouTube, you will see the teachings, you will see the knowledge, you will see the understanding that he brought to the humanity's mind. You will see he's a immunity cell in the body of God. He is God. He's come to wake up the sick. He's come to wake up the cancer cells, the virus that's not in tune, that's trying to kill off the rest of the body, and that's trying to kill off the rest of the cells. But he's the immunity cell. He is God.
Just like Nature Boy tried to kill off your cells in your body, because you went over there healthy and you went back when he sent you back sick and on medication, trying to throw you in a hospice, and allegedly your uterus was taken out, and you're too young, and you went over there with no problems where they had to take your uterus out. Now you can't even bear a child, allegedly, because of all of the complications that happened from Nature Boy thinking only of himself and not letting you guys go to the gynecologist and get checkups like any man should allow their woman to do, to make sure that they're healthy.
The black man is God.
The black man is God.
He has come to bring a message. He's come to bring a word. He has been persecuted for righteousness, for saying that he's God. He's been persecuted for teaching and proclaiming that he's God. He has done nothing wrong. It's just that his people don't want to hear truth. His people don't want to wake up to truth. His people don't care about spirituality. He's come from the muck of the slums of hell. And he's come, arose and up out of that to wake his people up. But do you think his people care about truth? Do you think his people care about righteousness? No, they don't. Because we are sick. We are in poverty. We need help. But we've come to bring the help. Are you willing to help yourself? Are you willing to gain knowledge and wisdom for yourself? We've come to show you as black women that it is possible to be in a polygamous dynamic, to live underneath righteousness.
We don't want you to be as black women, you guys, to be the example of how a black woman should be in a polygamy relationship. You are no example to any black woman. I wouldn't want any of my nieces, because I can't say nephew, because they definitely wouldn't fall behind you, but I wouldn't want any girl, young girl that I know, whether it's my niece or one of my girlfriend's daughters or nieces, to ever follow behind anything that none of you stand for. That would be a nightmare to know that they were getting advice from you, because you need to take the advice that you're giving. You can't give no advice and Natureboy got you barking like a dog, standing on your knees, making one girl get up and slap the other one beside the next person. Or when you're massaging, giving Natureboy a foot massage, Malia's getting flipped with her mouth, and Zoka's been ordered prior to that night to when Malia gets flipped with her mouth for Zoka to slap her upside the head. You are not no example to any black woman. That is no way for anyone to live.
And live in tune and live the right way and do the right things and live by moral code and live by just nature. Live in tune with nature. Live in tune with where your food comes from. Live in tune with where your house comes from. Live in tune with where your water comes from, your air comes from, your sunlight comes from. Melanated beings, you are in tune with the source. You have melanin for a reason. You have melanin because you are able to communicate and talk to light. You are melanin is awareness. Melanin is consciousness. Melanin is intelligence. Melanin is able to absorb the whole light spectrum and bring it back and reflect it back. Emit and receive and transmit light right back. That's what you see me doing. I'm literally picking up the whole humanity and speaking for humanity. What they're not saying, what they're not teaching, what they're afraid to say, what they're in hiding about is this knowledge and this proclaiming the kingdom of God. I am proclaiming the kingdom. Because this all that will be and stand and reign into the end. Pyramid. It's nothing else. With this knowledge and what we teach. Because we teach that you are God.
Hey,
we
Selena.
teach that you are God and that you, beyond your five senses, this reality is no existence. We understood that if you shut one of your optical nerves off from your brain, from your eye, from
Disclaimer, do not be fooled by Malia. She is slow. She's slow. And if you ever come to a point in your life that you come back to these videos of Malia talking, it's time for you to go get help. Because Malia is on the slow bus. Malia is not the brightest tree on the brightest. What I say? She's not the brightest bulb on the tree. She's on the short bus with the helmet. And I'm telling you, you will lose a lot of brain cells listening to Malia. I just lost a few. That's why I was stuttering trying to get it out. She's not the brightest bulb on the tree. I couldn't even get it out because I'm losing brain cells listening to Malia. Because Malia is slow.
your retina, you won't experience this reality. You won't be able to observe this reality. You won't be able to understand this reality. So how is someone outside of you that you're giving honor and praise to when you're supposed to be connecting with your melanated man, your melanated husband, because he understands you on a whole deeper level than any man can understand you on?
Absolutely.
Because you are in connection in that way. He is the proton and you are the electron. You came out of him. You split from him. And we created life from that. We are one being. We are a hermaphrodite. How can you have one without the other?
I'm not no hermaphrodite. I don't know about that, ma'am. You got the game twisted. Nature Boy told you that so that he can run around and like women and men. And just don't want to say that he's gay.
How can you try to live separate without your black man? How can you say you have your own job, your own car, your own business, but you living up underneath a cancer cell that's trying to destroy your black man and even destroy you? Because they don't care about you.
Oh, no, they don't.
They don't care about your life. They don't care about it. You don't even care about yours because you're not even aware of what's going on, but we bringing truth to you. Divine wisdom. I hope you take.
And the Oscar award goes to none of them. None of them can go to Hollywood. They'll be terrible actors.
Heed to it.
Yeah, I do have something to say because black men are doing the best they can in a system, in a mind state that is totally against them. This whole system is built off the backs of our people, and they're trying to take all the spirit and soul out of the black man, and the black woman is helping with that.
Number one.
We must sit with that energy because, yes, black men has been the culture medium of telling us that we are 3/4 of a person. You should hate yourself. Your woman ain't yours. You is not a man. We've been beat and told to be submissive to something that we never even agreed with, that took away our whole culture and how we do things. We do not do things the way the European and Western world does things. We do not do this way. We go outside, we connect to nature, we give honor to things. We don't go to the stores and rate our man by the value of trinkets. That is nothing to us. A man's value is based off his morals, his principle, his mind, his family, what he can provide for a woman and his tribe. See, black men are trying their best, but we do not care about their best because when we compare them, because as little girls, what were we programmed to? Look at the princesses. We were programmed to look at, monogamy. We were programmed to look at the white man as the standard of a man. We were programmed that God is a white man. And so subconsciously, we respect the black man because we do not understand that we are self-hating. So the black woman cannot even love her black man because she hates herself. She cannot give all of herself because she has nothing to give. She was told she hates her own hair. So she goes and looks for a man with stringy hair. She hates her own skin. So she looks for a man with light skin. So she's put into a place where she's like, okay, well, I have to value your money now. Give me your money. And if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to go tell that. I'm going to go run towards the closest thing that's going to please my comforts and my insecurities, rather than facing that, rather than applying and changing yourself. Because once you change yourself, you start to see that the world that we live in is hell. And your savior, God, is actually here telling you the recipes on how to get out of hell. But people love the hell so much and found the comforts in the hell so much that they say, you are shameful. You are the one that needs to be away and locked in prison. But would you lock away your brother in prison? No. Would you lock away your father, your son, your grandfather? Would you lock away them if they tried to bring change to their community when they're trying to bring some type of solution to our problems? Instead of pointing a finger, our God, my husband, has brought us out of the system. You see, you might try to do this in the system of Babylon, of the United States, but you cannot do that because the women are subconsciously imprinted in their code. It is they're brainwashed to the white man to do what they say, to want monogamy. So if you try to be
Zoka just said they're brainwashed. So what do you call what's going on with you guys? Because I just don't understand half of the stuff that you allow Nature Boy to do. Anytime a man makes you stand in a corner or a closet when there's not no room like you was when you was at Cookie's house, you are brainwashed. You are programmed. Something's not right. Nature Boy couldn't tell me to get no corner because I'd be telling them, you getting in that corner right with me. Matter of fact, that'd be my last day there.
Polygamous in this society. If you try to tell your woman this knowledge in this society, she will be brainwashed back into her perpetuated ways, because it is what is the subconscious status quo around us. Once we be like, you have to take your woman out of the culture meeting. You have to take her out of the what she's getting electrical signals. The music is horrible. The rappers these days do not respect men. The romantic music is not even respectful these days. It's degrading one another. We have no love in the music these days. Where is the love for one another?
Teach.
Where is the movies that show Black families in unity? We don't see none of that, because this system is based off our separation and the battery and us being something that we have to look around and be like, oh, I have to be in fear. There's a lot of fear in this place. We must elevate from fear. We must elevate to understanding, to us becoming Christ conscious, knowing that I am everything and everything is me. Knowing that the electrical signals that I'm getting from this environment is going to have me change my perception of myself and others. So I have to be very cautious of my subconscious. I have to be very cautious of the woman around me because of their influence. And even in us, we are battling the old ways of our mothers. We are taught about our mothers. I grew up in a single family household where my mother was the breadwinner. So I'm fighting against that and seeing how, oh yes, you can run to money, but once money has expired, once that system has expired, what would you go to?
Exactly.
What
do you have? You're gonna have.
You'll go back to a job like everybody else does, so you can pay rent like everybody else does, so you can have a roof over your head like everybody else does. You are making excuses up to be lazy bums. Simple as that. Nature Boy trained you to be a professional begging bum.
Yourself, you're gonna have all those children in a home by yourself, very vulnerable. And then the system that you once worked for, because the Black women run the police office, the police district, they run the DMVs, they run the tax, they run the post office, they run the police system, they run every single element that keeps us away from connecting with one another. And that is what's gonna cause us to hate one another and cause separation. And when it's time for us to actually provide for one another, the Black man is like, you're not here for me. Like you said, you want a woman, a Black woman wants a man.
Why do you think Nature Boy promotes no schooling? Not even for the children that are coming up. Okay, like Sheba's son got True program not to send his child to school. Nature Boy doesn't want. He wouldn't promote Malia, 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, or Zoka to be in school to further their life, because education is a threat to a controlling narcissist. He wants to have control. And when a woman is educated, she knows right from wrong. She can decipher that this is not where it's at. And she's able to build up the strength to leave a situation like this because she's educated. He doesn't want an educated woman. He doesn't want a woman that has a plan B. And that's just the facts.
He's up there, but not through his trials and tribulations that this road is going to put him through. But your man's strength is based off the trials and tribulations that he overcomes. You see, we have the best man on this planet because he overcomes all the persecution. He overcomes all the
Have a nice day, Heather, at the beach.
hate, and he still endures and press and believe you are not done with seeing three God. This is just the beginning.
And I'm thankful that you said that because it makes me think that about what this whole thing that has been happening, and this is not just limited to Black women. This is also the Black man too, because we have.
Which one is Natiri's nose ring? Because they better not be wearing nose rings. I understand that they wear each other's clothes, but when you start wearing people's nose rings or their panties or their G-strings or things like of that, come on now, let's get it together.
I've seen through this whole thing that there have people that have been betrayed us, that have been betrayed three God and what we stand for as a people. There's people who actually literally turn their back on what we stand for. There's people that stole.
You're only talking about the people in your family, not nobody out here on this end. You're talking about people who left. your disciples, people who stole, like allegedly Solar and Royal.
Money from us. They stole our knowledge, our computers, our phones. And so this here,
that was your family. That was your family. Before they left, they had a free for all. They said to hell with Natureboy and took and kept it moving.
It's showing how we are treating each other, how we are so brainwashed into the system that we have picked up the lower self's behaviors. That is not our behavior. That is not who we are. We are complete love. We don't have nothing but love for our kind, but instead we have taken the easy way out, and we have adopted the ways of the lower self and their destruction, and we have taken that and we use it against ourselves. We are the number one people who keep each other down. They don't have to use the system anymore. The system works on its own because we are now being that. We are now doing that very same behavior. They don't have to do it anymore. We do it. We have taken that on, and now we see it in each other.
Yes.
People have literally turned their backs on him. There has been people that have been following him for years. Family members that...
Listen, you're only talking about the people that was in your family, okay? And you might as well just drop the names, because the whole public knows it was all the men that were over there. But the thing is he didn't have alpha male there. He was the only alpha. So what do you expect? When you get into a situation, you don't have no alpha males over there, they're going to run. They're going to run. They're going to hide. They're not going to be able to help you because they can't help themselves. And then you've made this situation even worse, Natureboy. How you beat them down even more than they was already beat down in the mind.
People that claim to be his sister, claim to be his best friend, his brother, and have literally renounced him, turned their backs and said no because of the allegations. The same thing that we're talking about today. Because the people who lied on you, they know that it's not the truth. But because of the false allegations, I don't want to...
Did you just hear what Aya said? People who pretend to be his sister. Do you think that they're throwing a little shade at the sister that was living there? She ended up going to a shelter, but I'm wondering if they're referring to the sister. Is she the one that turned her back when they probably reached out, when maybe they told her that Natureboy's in jail for the allegations of the R? Now, if that is the case, the sister was around a lot of sick stuff. And I know she was not living like that prior to living with her brother. So if the sister acted funny, to me, that was a clear sign she didn't want to have no parts with it, because you can be guilty by association. And if they come and get these clowns that up here talking too much, she ain't trying to be taken down, because you can be a co-defendant towards the stuff that Natureboy was doing over there in Carbonation that was inhumane. So I'm telling you, pay attention.
Be associated with you. How could you even turn your back on him when he is the most loving person? He does nothing but show us love. He does nothing but continue to teach us, and at the end he's still going to forgive everybody who did something against us. He's still going to be there and forgive, because that
he better be lucky that's all that he took, because they're allegedly saying that Natureboy has, like, I think a little bit over $60,000. He could have took $30,000. Who knows? Go for the gusto. Or at least, all right, I'll say this, 10, 15,000. He was probably scared when he took the 1,800. So he said, I'll just take this and be okay with it.
Is how loving he is.
Yes, very true.
We have to understand that, we have generational curses, and we have to take responsibility. You see people in the street protesting nowadays,
right?
But we have to understand that we're living in their world. They can treat us how they want to treat us. It doesn't matter how loud we speak. It doesn't matter we in the streets with our fist up. We have to realize that we have been, it's a psychological. It's psychological. It's a spiritual warfare. And we have to take responsibility and understand the traumas that we have. Nobody's going to help us. We have to see it. We have to understand that, they did psychological tests. They beat and ripped our black men apart in front of us. So subconsciously, we see our black man as inferior. We are in fear. We feel like he can't protect us. But we have to understand that the European has put these thoughts based upon us. And this is what we have to face every single day. People think that, they have control over what they do and their actions, but 5% of your brain is your conscious and the rest is your subconscious. 95% of your brain is your subconscious. So you're basically just living out a program based on what you've been taught, based on, they told the black woman, you have to get your own job. You have to have this religion. This is the psychological programming that we have to fight every single day. Yes. And to truly heal our minds, we do have to come out of that environment, because we're receiving and taking in all these pictures and absorbing all of these things that are false, that are misinformation. And that's what makes us cancerous on this planet, because we're programmed with misinformation. Why in our community do we have a beauty supply store when a black woman is the most beautiful woman on the planet? Why do they have black women shown with blonde straight hair when your hair has melanin in it? And melanin is worth more than gold. And that piece of paper that you get up and that.
So our Cash App that we are receiving donations to is Master Aya. It's MasterIYAH. And we are receiving any donation that you can contribute to Three God, because he will be so glad and so happy to know that people out there actually supporting him and thinking about him and there for him because in this time of need. Because these allegations that are
OMG. I have been talking with the mute button on. I want you guys to listen to something I'm going to read something that somebody sent me. This is not the facts. I'm going to do my due diligence, and we're going to find out whether or not this is true or not. It reads, I heard that he is out. Is it true? Talking about Natureboy. And then I said, where did you hear this? And they said their Instagram, but I don't know. They could be lying to make it look like he is back. So I'm going to do my due diligence. Remember that the judge in district court didn't want to make or be the one to make the decision on a few things on this case. So she was moving it up to Superior Court. I know I was muted. I'm unmuted now. But he may have went to Superior Court. Now, if he goes to Superior Court, that's another ballpark. That's another level. That's another judge. That's another DA. They might look at the whole situation differently. So I'm gonna do my due diligence, and before we go running with the narrative that Natureboy, I don't want to even run with the narrative Natureboy might be out. But before we go running with the narrative of Natureboy's out and somebody saying that they saw it on the Instagram, I'm gonna do my due diligence, and then I'll get back to you guys, so that we can make sure that they're not planting seeds, because Natureboy's followers, disciples, or whatever you want to call them, they have done this on numerous occasions to us, and it was all a hoax. So we're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe, but I will definitely keep you posted.
Upon him aren't true, and they're false and they're lies. Of course, like you've seen all the evidence online. So
MJ, you said no, he's out. MJ, I'm going to put the link. How can I do this? I can invite, I can do that. I'm going to put the link. Now, I know can you confirm to me what you mean by no, he's out? I'm going to put the link in my chat. I want you to come up here and explain what the no, he's out. Because see, now you got people like, what? Now I'm saying what? And I'm the commentator. People going to be so mad if they find out Natureboy's out, because so many people was just celebrating. They did it when it happened in Nicaragua. And remember how True was bragging? I had a feeling. Matter of fact, I got a recording of True on the app yesterday, and I have him on the app today. And I don't know. When I was listening to him, it seems like there's something that they know, and they have every right if they want to. That's their business. That they know that has to happen. And I don't know. I just get this feeling like they know more than we know, or even with the courts are telling us publicly, the lawyer is gonna know a lot more of details of how it's gonna play out. And I think that Natureboy could be sharing that information with his disciples, his wives, or whatever you want to call them. But I don't know. I just put the link in the chat for MJ to come up. I was screaming, no, sorry. Oh, okay. I was about to say now, that was a false alarm. Okay.
if you are so willing and so grateful to just donate to him,
we're gonna have
that'll
to
be
do
awesome.
And I just want to add to that. Make sure that if you do send anything to our Cash App, that you are sending it to the right one. We do have a lot of people who have been creating fake pages. So just to nip that in the bud, make sure that you donate to $Master Aya, and it's not one that says 333 or have 2H. Make sure that you're donating it to that one, because we have been having some sort of issues with that. Mm-hmm. And all your donations go to Three God, his commissary, and his phone calls. Yes, so we're thankful.
Random confusion. Let me just say something to you. I don't know if you're coming at me in a negative tone or a positive one, but there ain't no research for me to do, because I'm not up here saying that Natureboy's out. I said I got a message from someone who said that on Instagram they're saying, as in maybe Zoe, I don't know who put the post up. True, one of them are saying that he's out, he's free. And I said, if I think you just came into this chat. I said I will be doing my due diligence. We're not going to run with the narrative that he's out. Or I said, we're not even going to say he might be out. I'm going to do my due diligence and I will get back to you guys. If I didn't say that, put a no in the chat. But if I said that, guys, make sure you put a Y in the chat for me right now. Oh, I was about to say, because don't stop me up now, because, honey, yesterday I was on fire. And, honey, somebody caught it yesterday. And I purposely left it up in my little marathon live that I just ran for a couple of hours, because I do that every morning. And, honey, I made sure that marathon live 6 times let everybody know in the community how I felt. And don't care who gets mad, because if the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Exactly. Yes. I'm going to do my due diligence, because people plant seeds, and you ain't fitting to plant no seeds on me and have nobody dragging my name in these streets.
I'm so thankful.
Thankful. Support the 3.
Support the 3.
And yes, in Poppy, he wanted us to let y'all know that he's been in there. He's been gaining so much wisdom and so much knowledge. He's been writing.
I thought she was going to say he's in there and he's gaining so much weight. She said knowledge. Girl, bye.
Books. Yes. He's just been in high spirit. He's been so happy and so optimistic. And nothing can keep him down. Nothing can ever keep him down, because he understands and he knows like how everything is going to pan out and work out for him. So he knows that he's not guilty. He knows that he is innocent, and he lived by that optimism alone. And he's just so happy. Every time he calls us, he's the most happiest. Yeah. And he's always uplifted, and nothing can get him down. And we always take care of him. We always make sure he have everything that he needs. He's nurtured. He has his commissary. He gets his books. We make sure he get his toiletries, his socks, his t-shirts, anything he wants, he gets it. And he's more than happy to know that his women are being loyal to him and standing by him and riding with him through this time. That's what keeps him most happy. He's like, oh my God, y'all so loyal to me. Like, what did I do to deserve this? He's so happy. He's God. He gets whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. So I just wanted to say that, because he's so excited that he's still able to have his books.
You are a fraud, Malia. He's so excited to have his books. He's in jail or prison, let's just say. How is he so excited? I never hear anyone describe being in prison as excited. That is fake. And that's how I know for sure by you saying, because he's not on a tropical island, that he's so excited, that you're fake and you're lying. And you lie about everything you say when you talk. And that's the facts.
And educate himself upon his own knowledge. And that's what makes him really happy, is this knowledge. He stands firm in it, because he knows it's the truth. He knows that it can't be debunked. It can't be it's irrefutable proof and facts that you can actually research and go to the internet and find out that, oh wow, this is true. You know, even
right. So why do we need him for? Then we can go to the internet, like you said.
If you just, for instance, the holographic universe. If you go to 33 God TV on YouTube and just search in the holographic universe to understand that this reality is no existence beyond one's existence, that will blow your mind. So I just want to throw that out there.
Check that out.
Check that out.
The kingdom of God is still here.
And it will still stand.
That's
forever.
Forever.
Yes, and don't forget that our God, his Instagram is 3Eligio 13 Bishop on Instagram as well. And then you could go to his Facebook as well at Eligio Bishop.
Yes, and 3 God TV on YouTube
Absolute
as well.
3.
Yes.
His knowledge and his wisdom streams through us, and we will possess that and teach you, because he's
girl, bye.
He's not
teach
locked away.
yourself. So anyways, the live commentary is now came to an end. I'm going to put my channel. You guys, there's 196 people in here. Here is the link. Of course, you can't click on the link on the screen, but you can go into the chat, and when you leave out, make sure that you click on SL Davis Social Media News. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, making sure that the notification bell is on with the option all, so you get all my notifications when I go live or do any pre-recorded uploads. And I want to say have a blessed, safe, happy Sunday. I got to finish up my cooking. I love you guys to the moon and back. Thank you for all the support, even the haters. Make sure to leave a like on this video, and I will see you on my next live tomorrow. Stay blessed, and I love y'all, and I'm out. Mwah. Love y'all.